Your perspective is taking you to a feeling state that feels heavy and hard. And if you don't get out of that, you will create a mass conditioning of your cells into a chronic state of being, of problem, heavy, not good. Okay? And so they feel what you feel, but you only feel what you feel because of what you think. And so you have to change what you're thinking, and you especially have to change what you're thinking about the thing that you want to change or create, so that you can feel differently, so that your cells can feel the new way with you. And when you can chronically feel better and differently about the state of health you want versus what is right now, you will move there. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how your cells are listening to everything that you're saying. And this is a big deal. When you understand how influential you are over your entire body, over your entire system, you will change the way you're approaching food and health and the things that you're doing by mostly seeing that what you say is how it will be. What you say is how it will go. And so many people are missing out on this information and running into like doing things before knowing where the true power actually is. Okay, so I'm gonna read you a post. This is on my channel already under the shorts, like YouTube shorts, and it honestly you have to like keep listening / reading it because it goes so fast. But this is what it looks like. It's on my celery and lemons, and it's called Your Body Feels Everything. Okay, so I'm gonna read it to you. Stress impacts the body literally. We hear this all the time, and here's how and what you want to know about it. Your body / gut has emotional pores. Every time you feel something, your cells feel it. They can't not. You are made of trillions of cells, which are each consciousness. Now, if you're in a chronic state of stress, the body is holding these feelings chronically, and that's why you get chronic inflammation. Stress is acidic, just like sugar, processed foods, fried foods. This is why you want to scan your entire life to see what's acidic or not working for you. If you ignore a chronic feeling, the body just keeps taking it until it can't. This is typically your tipping point and where symptoms will appear. Okay, again, it looks like this. You can find that and read it. It's linked to like a Bruno Mars song. There is nothing more important than you understanding how you are creating your health. Because when you understand how you're creating it, you can change the inputs that are influencing your entire being, your entire body, entire state of being to show up differently. This is really critical because we think that, or often people think that things are random, things are a chance. Maybe you don't feel powerful or you don't feel in control over your health in general, and you just think it's some random thing. But when we think like that, we have no ability to change it, and we have no ability to control it. So just like I have a video about how autoimmune disease is not your body attacking itself, I want to mention that here, and I'll link the video for you guys again if you haven't seen that one and you're dealing with like a chronic health condition. The messaging is the problem. So if you are told that your body is attacking itself, what that's actually doing is not just putting you at the mercy of having to take medications or just have no answer or solution, but what it's doing is putting you into a victim role. And if the major messaging coming from even people in wellness call things autoimmune conditions, the body's attacking itself. We can't do that. That's not true. And you can't be healed and say my body is attacking me. Because why would your body attack you? Now, this is where this is going to come into what I'm talking about today. And why it makes me so mad when people are told these things. Okay, if you go to a professional, and they're like, okay, you've got these problems and it's this autoimmune condition. Maybe it's like a thyroid condition. Maybe it's like fatigue or something. If you listen to them and you take that label, you take the diagnosis, and you're like, oh my gosh. And the way that you'll know if you took it or not is by how you feel. So if you go and then you're like so upset, you're like, oh my God, my body is attacking itself. Like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? Like, there's no answer. I have to take drugs. I have to take medicine. I have to take all these supplements or whatever. That's you being put into a victim state, because someone could say something to you like, let's just say it's not about health, and they're like, oh my God, you have the ugliest sweater. Like, perhaps you hate my sweater. Oh my God, Jody, you have the ugliest sweater. And I'd be like, no, I don't. Okay. I don't feel bad because I don't take it, right? Nope. Keep your opinion. Thanks. See you later. This is from Banana Republic and it's really soft. So this is literally what we need to do when we get told something that doesn't serve us having what we want. And the thing is, because we don't have, most of the time, people don't understand the body. We don't understand that we can heal. We can allow the body to heal. We can give it the right things. And it wants to show up for us in that way, to respond and to improve and to cleanse and to heal. But the moment that you believe in your inability to heal is when we have a big problem. And so most of the time when someone gets a diagnosis of something, that's when things start getting worse, because you are now in the identity of this sick person or this problem. This is your problem. I have this problem. Okay. So you can't be in the energy of a problem and a health issue at the same time as being in an empowered state of I'm well and I'm strong and my body is working and my body is healthy. Okay. So those are different things. They're different yous. You are this way with one mentality and you're different with a different mentality. Okay. And then what's the trick here? It's the inner thoughts. It's how you see things. It's how you see yourself. It's what you're going to accept or what you're not going to accept. It's what you're going to reject. So I can reject somebody saying my sweater is ugly probably really easily. And I want you guys to know that you have to reject labels and diagnoses that say that you're not well. Even when you feel not well, you have to reject it, because the moment that you take on someone else's belief system and say, oh, okay, I guess that's what it is, your body becomes it, okay? Even if it was already having some troubles and you're just like going to like try to figure out what's happening so that you can find a solution. I'm not saying it's wrong to get tests or, ask for help at all. It's just what you do with the information really matters, okay? So now let's fast forward back to what I want to talk about today. Your cells are listening to everything. In that post that I read you that I wrote a while ago, it says that your cells are consciousness. Okay. So the way, you guys, that I know how to always be healthy and that I know how to have fertility when I didn't used to is I realized how this all works. And one part of that is that food is literally medicine. Literally, it is medicine for our human bodies. Okay? The other huge, ginormous part of this is that you are consciousness. Okay? And what this means is we live in a world that is a representation of our inner mind. Quantum physics. Okay? Everyone is existing in one current version of reality, and that reality is based on your consciousness of it and the subject that you're talking about. So we're talking about health, right? So your cells are pure consciousness, which means you are bigger than your body, but you are consciousness being expressed through your body. Your body is not you. Your body is a representation of what you see it as. And you can also call yourself like awareness. That's what it means when people say we're all one. We are all of the same consciousness, and everything is connected and everyone is connected. And the way that we are connected is through our awareness. So when you want to understand how you can move into a different, healthier state of being in your body, the first layer of that is understanding that consciousness creates, okay? Your imagination is what creates. And then we have access to tools. That's my spoon because I just had a big smoothie bowl. We have access to things in the physical world that can help us with our human selves, our human bodies. And food is a very powerful tool that helps feed into our human bodies truth. Because when you feed your body with foods like I was just eating, like bananas and blueberries and cilantro, and these like foods that are from the earth and of truth, that have healing information in them, those foods have a consciousness as well. And so they can way more easily help move our physical self into the ideal state that we want, just like we have to also be aware of how our consciousness, which means our conscious thoughts and our awareness, is also the creative force behind what is. So you have to know this. You have to use this to your advantage. And what it looks like in practical life is that you stay aware of what you want rather than what you don't, okay? So think of your body as this very malleable group of cells. I wish I could find the clip. I'll try to find it. It's this movie that Dalton has, or he likes to watch, and it's like this big marshmallow, like white, looks like a marshmallow man. What is it called? I'll find it. But there's a scene in this movie, and I haven't even seen the whole thing, but I saw this scene and I was like, oh my God, that's literally what the mind does. But it was like these magnets, and they were like all following some kind of tool somebody was holding, and they were like falling in line, and they were like just moving in unison and in this beautiful structured format. And you guys, that is what your body does in response to what you think, okay? So what are you aware of? If I ask you this right now, what are you aware of in terms of your body? What are you aware of in terms of your health? Because that's going to be what is. Your most dominant state of awareness is going to be what is. So if you're dealing with health conditions right now, let's just use, for example, fertility. you would probably say, I'm aware that I have a fertility problem, or I'm aware that I'm not pregnant, or I'm, like if I asked you about fertility and you were a woman trying to get pregnant but was having problems, you would probably, first thing out of your mouth, tell me, I'm having problems. And so what that is, though, is a reflection of your dominant awareness. And so if we can know that our cells are pure consciousness is awareness, and that we get to literally decide where we direct our consciousness, just like if we had a tool and the magnets were going to follow our direction. This is what happens when you direct your mind. You can direct it into thoughts and thinking patterns that are geared towards you having what you want and being completely well and being completely healthy, okay? So when we're talking about changing our bodies, when we're talking about going from, let's say, a autoimmune condition, a fertility condition, a hormone problem, a thyroid issue, any of these kind of things, even diagnoses like cancer, if you have something like that and you don't want to have that, the very first thing you have to do is break up with the identity of the thing that you don't want. You have to step back and say, okay, I'm aware that somehow my dominant awareness, my dominant assumptions and beliefs about health and how health works and what happens to me or in my family, or fears about health, or like fears about not getting pregnant, or fears about hormone problems, even those things all added up somehow, and this is what it is right now. But that doesn't mean that you can't change it and change it fast. So we have two things here. In terms of actual food, you can eat in a way that your body will do all the work and heal itself. That is my knowing, okay? If you ask me, how did you go from not being able to have a baby to having a baby when you were 40 years old? I would say it's because I figured out what foods were feeding my body into the disease state or into the infertility, and I changed it because I didn't want that. So I changed it and I expected it to work. And so two things happened with that, right? My awareness went from my body isn't working right to a bridge, which was food and the understanding of the body. And that linked it enough for me so that I could go into a consciousness of expectation where I am going to get pregnant because this was the only thing that was off, right? And we can know that about thyroid problems, hormone problems, fertility problems, weight loss, skin. We can know that, oh, these foods, dairy, wheat, eggs, pork, they're feeding pathogens. They're feeding a disease. It's not me. My body's not broken. These foods are feeding these problems. Toxins, toxin load, chemicals, radiation, bad heavy metals in our water, all of this junk. That is a problem, but we can do something about it, and we are doing something about it, and we are cleaning up what we're putting in so that that old junk gets eliminated out, and then we're clean and new inside, and we're pure inside. And at the same time, you guys, it is critical and it is required that you stop thinking like you have a problem, okay? So you have to be dominantly aware that there is a solution, that this solution works, and that it works for you, and that you're going to move from hormone problems, fertility problems, weight problems, skin problems, whatever problems, into no problems. You have to get your head there to take you all the way, because consciousness creates. So if you even applied all of the information of eating plants, eating the fruits, eating the vegetables, getting the heavy metals out, getting the toxins out, getting your bowels working, getting things out, But the whole time you kept staying aware of, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem, I have a thyroid problem, I have hormone problems, or you just refuse to allow yourself to believe in change or transformation, or that it can work for you, then it can't work for you, because you're going to see reflected what is your identity in relationship to health. So you have to move into an identity of, I'm healthy. I am a healthy girl. I am a healthy girl. Do you know this lucky girl thing that's going around all over? I'm going to do a healthy girl challenge, or I'm going to do a healthy girl viral trend. I don't know. We have to know how to be healthy, and it's the mind and the body. So the mind is coming first. If you say, I am healthy, my body works, my body follows me, because it does, you guys. Your cells are pure consciousness. They feel everything that you feel. Your cells feel what you feel. So your dominant state of awareness about your body, about health, about the thing you want that you don't currently have for your body and health, that's what it is, right? And if you want it to be different, you have to be different inside first. And so when I say, like, stress is a very real influencer on our physical body, and I'm not even talking about like chemical food stress. I'm talking about like work stress, relationship stress, being a parent stress, like I hate winter stress, whatever it is. You're like, oh, this is so hard. This is so heavy. This is so big of a problem. And you feel that. How do you feel when you think thoughts like that? Your perspective is taking you to a feeling state that feels heavy and hard. And if you don't get out of that, you will create a mass conditioning of your cells into a chronic state of being, of problem, heavy, not good. Okay? And so they feel what you feel, but you only feel what you feel because of what you think. And so you have to change what you're thinking, and you especially have to change what you're thinking about the thing that you want to change or create, so that you can feel differently, so that your cells can feel the new way with you. And when you can chronically feel better and differently about the state of health you want versus what is right now, you will move there. Okay? Your state creates. Your state of mind creates the state of feeling. So if you ask me right now about health, how are you healthy, Jody? How are you healthy? Well, I think that I'm healthy, but why? Well, I realized how it works. So this is why knowledge is power, because it can cut the crap and say, oh, it's not just like eat healthy foods and that somehow magically makes you healthy. No, it actually does it by killing pathogens, saturating your cells with nutrition, getting rid of toxins, and purging stuff out through elimination and allowing a new form to take creation. Okay? So it's not that random anymore, right? We have information, we know how it works. But it is because I already had identified as being healthy before my fertility issues. And I was like, I'm having that back. And so do you hear me speaking something right now that's saying I'm having that back? That in and of itself is a piece of this puzzle that I'm going to have this. What is that? What is that? Because I have it for health, and I've had it for a long, long time. But there was other areas of my life that I was like needing the practice of that ownership identity, that I don't care what is right now. I am going to have this. You have to have this mentality, you guys. I literally have a new training in my Fueled and Focused course called It's Mine. And I'm going to make it into a whole program, because you need to get fierce about what you want and be able to say, like, this is mine. No one is going to tell me this is not mine. Do you want to know why no one can tell you it's not yours, or why you need to be in this state of identity? Because If someone tells you it's not yours and then you believe it, it's what we just talked about at the beginning. You are taking their opinion and pouring it over your cells, and your cells have to show it to you as not having it. So if somebody says, you are never getting pregnant, you have these problems, and you're like, oh no, psh, that's what you have. That's what you are. Until you break up with it and you say, no, thank you, I'll pass. I'm going to have what I want because I say so, and I'm the one that's in control. Why? Because my cells are pure consciousness, and consciousness is awareness, and I'm the only one in charge of my consciousness. Okay? So you guys probably didn't know that I was a quantum physics geek, and that's really the answer to how you become healthy, is you own it and you say, I don't care what anyone else says, because my cells follow me and only me. They follow my thoughts, they follow my dominant thoughts, they follow my dominant feelings, and if I want to get rid of this symptom, if I want to get rid of this state of dis-ease, if I want to have a baby, I'm going to have a baby, okay? Because no one has power over you. Only if you accept their label, the diagnosis, the lack of ability to change it, then their belief system has become yours, and you have given your power away. Okay? So I just had to create this video today because this is, you have to do this. Like, you have to do this. You can't believe that it's impossible. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that your body will follow you, and it will. We want to know the food. I know how to help you with the food. We have to know that the body can respond. It already is, okay? It already is. Your body right now is a perfect picture of your internal state of mind. So if you go look in a mirror and you see, I don't know, acne, or you see weight gain, or you see bloating, then what is that telling you? It's telling you that your dominant state of knowing, of awareness, of being conscious of this aspect of your body and health is that you have bloating, that you have acne, that you have weight gain. And that doesn't just come from you like starting to randomly walk around saying, oh, I'm bloated before you're bloated. But it does come from, in my opinion, hugely a lack of knowing how to not be bloated, a lack of knowing how to completely take care of our human bodies and fuel them with true food, a lack of awareness that the body heals itself, a lack of common knowledge that it's easy to be healthy, that when you eat lots of fruit, you become healthier, and that high protein, high fat diets are not part of natural health and well-being. So there's a lot of reasons that chronic health conditions are very common. It's because it's so not quite familiar to know otherwise, to know how to take care of our bodies. But we can change that, you guys. We can learn. We can talk about it. We can share the videos. We can eat the foods. We can believe that we are the ones in charge, because you are, okay? So this is so important that I've built my Fueled and Focused course to be the all-inclusive course to how do you own your health. I think the tagline I put on it was like, how to be healthy, happy, lean, and free. Now, in order to be free, you have to know that you can have what you want. You're free from limitation. You're free from people telling you that food doesn't work, or that you have to take this drug, or that you can't even create it anyway. No, you can. You're free. You're free to choose because you have the consciousness. Your consciousness is what you decide to saturate your mind with in terms of your body health and the outcomes that you want, okay? So the first whole half of my program is literally breaking down black and white how the science of your body works. How do you cleanse? How do you eliminate? How do you digest? How do you get your body in flow? What foods need to get out? What foods have to come in so that your body will go click, 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 click. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was waiting for you to do this for me. And show you the energy, show you the cleansing, show you the weight loss, show you the clear skin. Even if you just had that part and you believed in it, it would be enough. But then we move into the state of mind, the identity of the creator of health, how you create it, how you own it, how you become it. And so this is how you safeguard your health, you guys, is that you never, ever, ever allow anyone to tell you how it is other than yourself saying that it is going to be the way that you want it to be. And it has to be this way because nobody can do it for you. Literally, no one can do it for you. It helps to have somebody right there supporting you, right? Like whenever I want to change something, like when I'm working on my business, I go to a person that has these strong of beliefs and faith around business, right? Because I want to own that for myself. And so it helps to have someone who's like, health works like this. That's it. Okay? Because what you want is the confidence, right? What you want is the certainty. But ultimately, you have to become the certainty. You have to become the one that says, this is how it's going to be. And if I can help you understand literally how food moves crap out of your body and into a state of health, and I can help you understand how your mind creates what is in your body, then you literally are free because you get to choose. You get to choose the foods you eat. You get to choose the thoughts you think, which create the feelings you're saturated in, which creates the dominant state that your cells hold, stressed or not so stressed, dis-eased or into flow, into well-being, into vibrancy, into health. We have to take control of our minds or our minds will take control of us, which is what the world is trying to tell you, that there's no cure, you can't change that, there's no solution, or food doesn't work, or your body's attacking itself. Not true. Don't ever let those things be true. Okay? You make the call and you have the power. Okay? If you're interested in working with me, you can look at Fueled and Focused. It's always linked below, or you can message me about my private coaching because you can literally change anything you want.